Well, hey everyone, and welcome to another Let's Save My Home campaign. And let's see if we can also help a student out. So I am your girl, Audrey Codner from ACG Math Tutoring. So I basically go through a couple of the concepts that usually are shown in GED, ASVAB, TEAS test, ACCUPLACER, and anything that's dealing with algebra components, including college algebra. So this is the place to go to where the years that you wanted to ask questions you were afraid to, this is the place where you can ask those questions. I don't care how big or how small, how little or round it is, ask your questions. All right, so what we're going to be doing for the next hour is we're going to be working on some algebraic components. Earlier, we kind of looked at a couple test questions here and there, but now we're going to dig a little bit deeper because I keep seeing the same errors each and every time. All right, so the very first thing that we are going to be looking at is integers. So what we're going to do is we're going to focus our attention on this component. We're going to solve. So when it comes to integers, the one thing that gets everyone is we keep forgetting to figure out what will be negative and what will be positive. So I have 8 plus a negative 3. Another way of saying this will be 8 minus 3. Okay? When you multiply a plus and a minus, it always gives you something negative. So think about it. You have $8. You spent $3. That means you have a total of $5 left. Notice that you having $5 left means a good thing. You know, when you're able to go shopping, you're able to bring some money home, it's a good feeling, right? So the same thing is happening here. Thank you, Marky. Appreciate you. So this is the same thing as happening. Put it in real world situations. So I'm looking at this one, so I'm going to be skipping around here and there. I'm looking at the number 9. I have negative 7 minus a negative 3. When you minus a negative, it's almost like you're ready to walk out the door, then you forgot you have to go back and get your keys. So you're walking out the door and then you're backpedaling back. Okay? Believe it or not, you would think it'll be a longer distance, but measurement-wise is basically the same distance, right, from the door. So when you minus a negative, it actually turns positive. So a negative times a negative will give me positive. One moment. Yes, my love. Okay. I know. Be right there. Okay. Cats are like kids and kids are like cats. Always meowing. Okay. So when we have a minus a negative, this first number stays exactly the same. So we still have that negative 7 situation. So it's almost like someone saying, yeah, I'm going to give you money. Oh, no, I can't pay you this week. I got to pay you next week. Those backtrackings, right? So when you have your minus a negative, it actually turns positive. One of the ways that kind of helps me, it may or may not help you, but I think it will, is when we do what's called keep, flip, change. Okay? You're going to keep the first number. You're going to flip that minus to a plus, and then you're going to change the sign from a negative 3 to a positive 3. If you can keep that in mind, and this only works with subtraction, then you'll be able to get the correct signage. So now I owe somebody $7. I paid them $3, so that's telling me I still owe them $4. Okay, good. Hey, Danny, how are you? There you go, Marky. There you go, Nedra. Good. Very good. Yep, KFC. Makes you hungry, don't it? Okay. Angel fight. Is it Angel Fights? Okay. All right. So it's not going to be negative 10 because the 3 is not negative anymore. Okay. The 3 is now positive. So it will be a negative 4. Good. Yes, we're going to be subtracting. So anytime your signs are different, you're actually subtracting. And then you're taking the sign of the largest number, which 7 is the largest number. Not looking at it as -7, but looking at it as 7. All right? Okay. So go get the -4. There you go. There you go. Order something tonight. There you are. All right. So as we venture over, we're going to venture over into this lovely dark side. So we have 7 plus -3 plus -5 minus 10. And you're probably saying, say what? That's a lot of stuff, Audrey. Hey, but this is what we need to do. Take it in small chunks. Don't try to sit there like, oh, there's a piece of cake and shove the whole cake in your face. No, take a slice, then another slice. All right, maybe half the cake will be gone. But then you'll save it for like 3 hours later, and then you take another slice, right? So why not? Because if remember, we need to solve using PEMDAS. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. So we always want to start to the extreme left. So let's combine these two together. So if you have your 7 plus a -3, so 7 plus -3 will give me what? Okay, 7 plus -3 will give me what? We serve them. Yes, we do. Okay, yes. Who's got 4? Yes. Anyone else? Who's with me? Who's with me? Okay, so remember, the signs are opposite. When the signs are opposite, you're really subtracting. Yes, Thug's got 4. Yes, Uma's got 4. When I was in college, I don't know. Maybe we were right next to each other. +4, Danny. Good. Marky, you got a -4. Careful. Remember, if I have $7 and I spent $3, that will give me a +4, not a -4. Okay? All right? Yep, that's right. All right. Awesome. So I'm going to put that right here on my piece of paper. We got our 4. So now, with this answer of 4, I know it's kind of crazy because it's so warm out. I'm like sticking to everything. Now I'm going to bring down the next part. So the next part says, I'm going to take my 4 and I'm going to add, oops, I think this blue marker has died. It's all right. We got backup. Okay, plus -5. All right, so if I have 4 plus a -5, the signs are opposite. Remember, the signage is to the left, not, I'm talking about the operation. I'm talking about the signage of each individual number. So this 4 is positive and this 5 is negative. So we got we got Marky D, we got C, and we got Thugs. Now careful, Thug. Watch your signage. Oh, but browsing for now. You know you love math because that's why you stopped and made a comment. All right, so if I owed somebody $5 and I paid 4, I still owed them $1. Okay, don't be ducking and diving. Pay that money. Okay. There we go. Okay, yes. Kristen, yes. Okay. Oma, don't forget the negative because it's going to be a -1. All right. So as we shift over, okay, this is the last of it. So now we have our -10. So -1 minus 10, both of them are negative. So if you want, we can do our KFC. We can do our keep. We're going to flip that minus to a plus, and we're going to change the sign. So if we keep it, that means we have -1. Change that minus to a plus. Instead of a +10, it'll be a -10. Okay. So, what will be my answer? Okay, CC, yes, 2 negatives is a positive. When you're multiplying CC, 2 negatives is a positive. Okay, when you're multiplying, 2 negatives is a positive. That's the only place in life that makes sense in math, for 2 negatives to be a positive. Okay, all right, so yes, this will be a negative 11. Good. That's what it is, Pink Flowers. That's what we're doing. We're trying to get you to get that confidence so you can take that test ASAP. We want you to do that. Not a problem. Okay. Yes, Sharon. There we go. Good, Liam. Coffee bean. Awesome. Figure lots. Don't forget about the negative. Okay. Thug. Almost had it. All right. Well, then here we go. We got the adjustments. Why is it negative? Not a problem. So if we think about it, I owed you, or say you owe me $10. And then one day you came up to me, you haven't paid my money yet, right? Then all of a sudden, like, Audrey, can I borrow $1 because I just want to get something to drink? And I give you the $1. So now you don't just owe me $10, you owe me $11. Okay? So when the signs are both negative, you're actually traveling one further down the number line to the left-hand side. It's getting smaller, okay? So that's why it's going to be a negative 11. No problem. So you can use ChatGPT, but here's the thing, you can't use it for the test. So whatever you're going to be studying or how you're going to be studying, put yourself in the similar atmosphere of way you're going to take the test, okay? All right. If it was being multiplied, I'm catching you at the end of your question. See, browser, I got you. You thought you were just going to stroll on through. All right. So what do you mean, browser? Because I'm trying to see what your previous. If it was multiplied, it will be a positive 10. Oh, yes. If it was multiplied, negative times a negative, yes, that will give me a positive 10. All right, Christine, what are we doing? To make it easier to understand, I wish all teachers taught like you. Oh, I appreciate that. But this is what we got. The KFC method is applied only to negative. Yes, the KFC method only applies when you are subtracting. Okay, anytime that you're subtracting. I know everybody, KFC is all going to be jammed up because everybody's like, you know what? I just feel like I could have some chicken. Yes. Oh, I know. ChatGPT will be like, oh, yeah, you have so many problems, and it'll be completely wrong. Okay, so before I get to the next one, I'm noticing we got 3.6 likes, and there's like roughly 128 people here. Let's get it and let's go. Let's do a mad tap real quick. And while you guys are tapping, the reason why I'm coming on with these lives, especially for the next 6 days, is I need you to help me to save my home. Yes. Okay. Girlfriend is a little short. Right now, the number this morning was like 468. Now the number is at 340. We're almost there. I want to be able to say I'm starting to get those letters of like, oh, can I buy your house from you? No, evil person. I can't help it that I'm going through a rough time and I'm going to try to figure this out. So I just need your assistance if you can. So if you can, anything, even if it's $1, I will take that. You can Cash App it, you can Venmo me. I would greatly appreciate it. All right. Yes, let's get it up to 5. We're almost there. We're almost there with the taps at 5K. Can we hit it? Yes. All right. You can't see the ending. Yeah, because I'm a little too zoomed in. Okay, so it's Classroom Consultant on Cash App. For Venmo, it's just my name, Audrey Codner. Yes, we've gotten back to Audrey Codner. I got out of my business account. It just I wasn't reaching who I wanted to reach. All right, thank you. All right, I appreciate that. I really do appreciate it. It's almost like back in the day when you used to do rent parties, like when someone was low and they just had like a party and you had to pay like an entrance fee and maybe a fee if you wanted to bring your own drinks and all that stuff. The this is kind of like our version of a rent party. Okay? And if you don't know about rent parties, oh, you need to look that up. Because they be fun. All right. Or maybe, hell, half of us would probably conceive because of a rent party. But we are moving on. So here we go. Number 19. So I'm just gonna try to get to as many of these as we can possible. Like I'm lying. Come on. Those red light parties. All right, showing my age. But anywho. All right, so we have negative 14 minus negative 6 plus 18. All right, so now since we have that, you should see like all this paper that I got on here. Thank goodness I always reuse my paper. So instead of looking at it as one big expression, let's cover up that plus 18 and focus our attention on that negative 14 minus negative 6. All right, so with this comes great joy because we get to do the KFC or so we're going to keep our negative 14. We're going to flip that negative and make it positive, and then we're going to change that negative 6 to a positive 6. So here we go. Negative 14 plus 6. So, negative 14 plus 6. Okay, negative 14 plus 6. What is my answer for that? Let's think about it. Both of them are negative. One's negative, one's positive. So that means, thank you so much. I appreciate that so much for my Cash App. Yes, we're getting our goals. We're getting there close. All right, so negative 14 plus 6. They're opposite. There we go. Woo, almost went quick. All right, so we had a couple people with negative 10s. Okay, so she switched over, so that's negative 8. We got a 7, negative 8 with pink flowers, negative 8, Marky, negative 7, Roxy. All right, negative 8, yes, negative 8, Jordan, negative 8, Mia, negative Mina, negative 8, Lakashma? Ooh. Help me, Misha. Lakeisha? Help me with that one. Okay, so Danny, yes. Keep the cameras rolling. Negative 8. Okay, we got 8. 14 is higher, so you keep the sign. Yes. 14 is higher, so we keep the sign. Almost a doctor. Yes, negative 8. Is that Nelly or Neely? Negative 8. Euro Smith. Can't you rewrite that as 6 minus 14? Yes, you can, but right now, you can rewrite it any which way you want. But when you're taking this test, they just only care, is it A, B, C, or D, or sometimes E. They just care about the letter. They don't care about how you did it. They don't care about if they do give you, I know they do give you a whiteboard. They don't care what you put on your whiteboard. They just want to know, is it A, B, C, or D? So since that 14 is negative, boom. And then 14 minus that 6, that will give us our negative 8. So now we're going to bring in and bring down that plus 18. Okay. So let me put that to the side. So negative 8 plus 18. If you want to think about it, you have $18. You spent 8. How much money do you have left over? There you go, Emma. Emma says 10. What is ACG? It used to be my married name, but now I'm representing it for algebra, college algebra, and geometry. So it's all the stuff I do. There you go, Hum. There it is, pink flowers. Hum at 10, Danny at 10, Thug at 10, Sign X here at 10. There you go, girl. Okay, Madeline at 10. Hey, like Janice, are you sick of me yet? Are you sick of me? Okay, at 10. Excellent, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, we're at 10. So that's what you're doing, okay? Don't let the signs mess you up, okay? Do you also do college math and college algebra? Yes, I do. For tutoring, I do. right now, especially for these couple of weeks, I've been really hitting hard on the GED and the ASVAB because generally around this time of year, this is when people are like going after their GED and their ASVAB. They will sign up for GED courses in January. Wonder why? Because of New Year's resolutions. And then once that resolution fades off and they notice that their kids are around, that's when they start, oh, you know what? I should go back to school. When you start seeing people graduate, you go to your nieces, your nephews, your sons, your daughters, your grandkids. And then it sparks that, you know what? I need to do better. Okay? Yup, I did. KFC. There you go. And I bet you would never forget it. Nope. All right. So let's do another one. And actually, I'm going to have you guys do it. Yes. Let's try with 23. I have confidence in you. I want you to have confidence in yourself. If you get the answer correct, awesome, celebrate. If you don't get the answer correct, that's fine. Let's make the adjustment and move on. All right? It's nothing but positivity. That's a new word. Positivity. That's going to be happening in here. So give this bad boy a try. Let's see what you got. 3 plus 9 minus 5 plus 12 minus 9 minus 11. And do not use a calculator. Everybody's like, too late. You're like, let's do too late. Okay, you want me to go back to do 22? I'll do 22 after this one. Just because you asked for Benzie, I will do it for you, right? I know it's so tempting to use your calculators. I know. But we just want to make sure that you got the right sign. All right, so let's see what we got. Make sure we watch our signs. I'm seeing a lot of ones or negative ones. Okay, so daddy. Never thought a grown woman like myself is over here talking about daddy. But here we are today. So daddy's got a -1. Kenya got a -1. Luke has a -1. Welcome in. Morgan has a -1. Okay. Did best swear. All right, Luke, I got you. Easy. We got -2. Ooh, some comments. Okay, a couple comments got blanked out. What kind of nastiness you trying to share with me, y'all? Comment down. It's only math. Okay, so Ben's, we got 1. Sydney, oh, that's clever. Okay, with the -1. Madeline, okay, she's got her 1s. My bad, man. It's not a problem. I know what you're trying to do. That's fine. You know, it's social media. You got to do what you got to do, all right? So we got pink flowers with -2. We have a heart, a broken rose emoji with -1. All right, browser now. We're saying 10 minus a -11. Okay, let's take a look at it. Okay, Nick -1, Cameron -1, Jen -1, Barb -1, Danny -1, TM -1. Okay. Urel. Okay, Lena, -1. All right, we're getting a lot of few of the -1s. Let's break it down from left to right. Let's cover it up. So we know we have 3 plus 9. So 3 plus 9, that gives us our 12. Sliding over, we have minus our 5. Okay, so 12 minus 5, that'll give us 7. Slide it over. Let's bring down that plus 12. Okay, 7 plus 12, that gives us 19. Slide it over. Bring down the minus 9. 19 minus 9, that gives me 10. Let me move my hand out the way. Slide it over. Now we have a positive 10 minus 11. So 10 minus 11 will give me a -1. Okay. Use the sign on the left. Yes. So sometimes, like, and I'm telling you, just by like taking it into small chunks, that helps you to visualize it a little bit, because most of us are visual learners. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, my 2 stars. Okay, you got it? Yes. Did it in your head that way. Excellent, Benz. I love it. Awesome, guys. Keep it up. Now, keep, like some people are doing, share this live. If you know somebody that is thinking about taking the ASVAB, or they're currently taking a college algebra class and they notice that this college algebra class is going mad fast. And that's what happens, especially when you haven't been in school since you were a fetus, and now you're trying to go back and get your education. You're like, yes, I got my books, I'm ready. And then all of a sudden your teacher just said some stuff for a good hour and a half, and you got notes, and you're like, I don't know what any of this is talking about. Have them come over here. Let your auntie Audrey take care of it, all right? All right, so that was with addition and subtraction. So let's get these numbers up. Let's see if we can get it to 10K. Is that all right? All right, well, thank you, Hom. I appreciate it. Thank you for calling me Mom. That's cute. Okay, I did promise I was going to do 22. Hoo-hoo, I'm so sorry. Almost skipped. Almost messed up. Got me all excited. All these good answers happening here. All right. Okay. So try 22. And that's exactly how you have to handle it. Here we go. This is how you have to handle it, Daddy. You just got to do it step by step. That's the only way. I used to suck at math. Suck. Horrible. Absolutely horrible. Fractions, nope. Word problems, hell no. We're going to do it. But because of repetition, with me teaching it and breaking it down, I had to build my confidence because I wanted to be good at it. Maybe not a genius or anything, but at least understand what is the purpose of it. What is the pattern? That's what everyone always asks when you get like confused and you don't have someone to break it down to you, right? So I know, it's happening. Here we are. So definitely go ahead and follow. So we have negative 23 plus a negative 11 minus a negative 15 plus 21. So Almost a Doctor has 2. Kenya has 2. Thank you so much. Yes. Okay. Okay. Distribute the 1 outside the parenthesis. You can do that. You can do that. You can make, it's not just a 1, but it will be a negative 1. You can do that. That's possible. Okay. Well, thanks for the follow, Gabby. Appreciate it. All right. Keep building, keep growing, guys. All right. Keep building, keep growing. This is a safe space. If we have some kind of crazy person in there, I'll get them out. But this is a place where I want you to feel safe enough to ask those questions. I don't want you to ever feel that you can't ask questions in here. Now, if you ask me a question like, why is the sky blue? I'm going to delete you. Because I don't know. No, just kidding. All right. So we got Lucas saying 2. We got Ben with a 25, you think? Okay. All right. What y'all getting 2? I'm thinking 18. So Ben's is getting 18. Would we use PEMDAS here? You can use PEMDAS. And since everything is through addition and subtraction, that's the last part of the Aunt Sally. So that means we're going from left to right no matter what. Okay? But you are thinking. Thank you, Madeline. All right. Hey, Jess, how are you? Are you sick of me yet? Okay, you don't know the first move, AM, PM? All right. So don't forget, we're going to start all the way to the left. And we're just going to handle those first 2 right there. Combine negative 23 plus a negative 11. Okay, Ben, never mind, you got 2. Okay. All right. DN, I'm not even going to say your full name. You guys are cracking me up. Okay, from both sides. Well, first of all, DN, we do not have an equal sign. So there is no both sides. It's just one side. Okay, so all we're doing is combining like terms. Okay, so lives now. Okay. All right, so Gator, you got 2. Brenda, hey, welcome in. It's saying 40. Can you show how to combine? I will. Yes, I will. All right, so Justin, you're thinking negative 34. The thievery famous, you love that negative 34 you so much that you're saying it, what, 4 or 5 times? That's fine. So if anything, let's go through it back and forth. Oops. All right, so let's take a gander. All right, negative 23 plus a negative 11. All right, so here we go. Both of them are negative. Think about it. Someone owes you money. I know somebody owes you money, right? So one person, they owed you $23. Then here they come. Can I borrow $11 more because I just need to catch the bus or something? So now you should be thinking, all right, this person owes me $23 and they owe me $11. So that should be a total of what? Yep, somebody owes you money. Exactly. That's what negatives are. They owe you. It's owing. So you're basically going to be adding these together, and that bill that they owe you is a lot more. There we go. So we got that negative 34. So that's going to be this part right here. Good. Negative 34. She loves. Yes. Manda. Yes. Michael. Yes. The third flash. There we go. Okay. Better have my money, right? But yet you still keep giving. So that takes care of this first part. So now we're going to bring down the next part. The next part is this minus and the negative 15. All right. So, yes, KFC. If we're subtracting right here, we're going to keep the negative 34. We're going to flip this minus to a plus, and then we're going to change that negative 15 to a positive 15. So it's really this, negative 34 plus a positive 15. And if you don't like the KFC, if you remember that a negative and a negative, this is multiplication right here. So you can say a negative times a negative gives me positive if you remember your rules. Okay? The reason why I do the KFC is because people will look at this and say, oh, my answer is negative 49. But that's not it. You're not saying negative 34 minus 15. For some reason, after we do like minus and negative, our brain just doesn't see one of these two negatives. I don't know why, but that's what happens a lot in my classroom. So if you can remember, when you minus a negative, it turns positive. So now we can get the appropriate answer. Okay? So negative 34 plus 15, that will give me our negative 19. Good. Thank you, band. All right. If you want me to be your tutor, hey, just follow my profile. It's up there. Okay. So 2 negatives makes a positive. Yep. When you're multiplying. Okay. Only when you're multiplying. All right. Only in math that works, because you can't have 2 negative people in a relationship trying to make something positive. It don't work. Live from my life, okay? All right. So now I'm going to bring down this plus 21. Okay? So now I have negative 19 and a positive 21. So remember that friend that owed you? Say they owed you $19 and they paid you $21. What? They gave you a tip. They paid you a little bit of interest. Isn't that nice? So that is going to be a positive. Yes, Gator, it's going to be a positive too. Or if you want to think of it this way, you have $21, you spent $19, so that means you still have $2 in your pocket. Okay? And that's going to be positive. Yes. And drop the end parenthesis. You can do that too. J-Dub, you can do that as well. Okay? All right? Yep. So that's where everybody was getting the 2s from. Now, when you do these, hey, Sunny Lee, when you do these, you got to make sure you take it step by step. You see how I'm doing this? And after a while, you're going to get quicker. Now, if you're taking the GED, this is what I'm going to talk about, GED and ASVAB. If you're taking the GED, all the questions are not of the same value. You have 1-point questions and you have 4-point questions. Now, the 4-point questions are more like the algebraic questions, like slope, equation of the line, graph and equation of the line, system of equations, anything dealing with factoring, okay? Anything dealing with linear or quadratic or maybe even cubic. That is going to be those high-point questions. But these, especially with order of operations, this is like a 2-point question. If you're adding a fraction with the common denominator, that's a 1-point question. If you're finding the value of, if you're trying to find the place value of a number, that's a 1-point question. But if you can get a nice mixture of the ones that you really know and then step up your game with the algebra piece, you're going to pass that GED. Now for the ASVAB, they do it the other way around. The ASVAB, what about ACT? Okay, give me a second. So the ASVAB, that's like for the, if you want to get into the military, they go on a progression scale. So if you're starting to see, like you'll see some of these in the beginning, fractions, decimals, maybe some distance and rates formed. But if you notice that the things are getting a little bit harder as you go through the test, that means you're getting better. And if you're starting to see anything with volume or system of equations or a little bit more with factoring, that means you're doing extremely well. You're like basically in the 60s and 70s range, especially if they start making the formulas for volume a little bit harder. And that's the whole thing. Like, it's a whole range type of things. The higher the score, the better job you're going to get. So last month, I've helped 4 people with their ASVAB, and they got a higher score. One person came to me with a 0 and actually left with me with a 52. One person never took the ASVAB before, and they scored a 71. Another person came in and she said she had like a 22 and she left with me after just meeting with her for like 2 days, 54. So there's something I'm doing. There's something that's going right. Okay. Yes. All right. Now for the ACTs, I like the ACTs better than the SATs. The SATs, it basically takes what you're learning in class and it's making you think outside the box. So it'll do like a combination of stuff in one problem. Whereas the ACTs is very similar to like some of the word problems that you will get out of a textbook. And like that's what they basically do. Some word problems, some naked math, some graph this and graph that. Okay, so it's really great. And especially if you're like English as a second language, they're really good with that as well. Because they won't put some words in there that you're like, what the heck is a guy wire? Things like that. All right, so let's get it up to like 15. Let's get it up. Let's get these taps. Let's get this up to 15, and then I will continue on with the next part. Let me take this. And the reason why we're here is if you can help me save my home, I would greatly appreciate it. Let me see if I can angle this up a little bit. There we go. All right. So any donation that you're willing to spare, that will be amazing. Trust me. I know time is tough everywhere, but I would love if I can get some additional support. That would be fabulous. Oops. Okay, I can turn that around. Alrighty. All right. Awesome. Thank you. So see, I don't really get too greedy. And I know some of my peers would be like, Audrey, you need to ask for 50 likes. Get that 500K. I was like, okay. All right, so what we're going to do today, well, we're going to continue on, is now we're going to do multiplying and dividing. Now, the rules for multiplying and dividing is not as intensive as adding and subtracting. So a lot of you guys were actually quoting those rules to me more than the other ones. So when your signs are the same, that means a positive times a positive, a negative times a negative divided by a negative, a positive divided by a positive, your answer is always positive. So when the signs are the same, your answer is always positive. Okay? So that's what? Being stopped? Okay. Why is it being stopped? I have no idea. So anyway, okay. So let's take a look. Let's take a look at these two, number 1 and number 2. So we have 5 times 4. Both of them are positive. What's my answer? All right, Ben's, we got 20. Okay, Danny, 20. Whoa, is it Nay? Nay's 20. Okay, that's for number 2. Got you. Okay, 20 for Janice, 20, Mulan, 21. Okay, for that. Mike. Come on, Mike. 5 times 4. 5 times 4. Summer, 20. Gator, 20. Almost a Doctor, 20. Brenda, 20. Okay, okay, there we go. 20. Thank you, I got you. All right. So that's just basic math, okay? Positive times a positive, 5 times 4, that will easily just give me 20. Boom. Now for 21, and I was seeing a lot of that, why is this negative? So I see a negative 21, a couple negative 21s. Why is it negative? Janice, negative 21. Okay, Eli, negative 21. Why is it negative? The 3 is negative. Yes, they're not the same signs. When the signs are different, your answer is going to be negative. And then 7 times 3, that does give me 21. Good, the signs are different. Yes, Benz, and I did see your answer earlier for the negative 21. There you go, you're multiplying by a negative. What sign? Ooh, you all right? Because we have 2 opposite signs. There you go. Good. All right. So now let's progress it. Let's progress this. The parentheses and the negative. Yes. So like this is a positive 7. This is a negative 3. So they're both not the same signs. So my answer is always going to be negative. Okay. All right. All right. Thank you so much for the follows, guys. Thank you. Thank you for sharing the lives, giving the gifts, all of that. Yes, no problem. All right. So 6 and 7. So 6, I'm looking at it. Okay. Ben's is saying 3. Fifi is saying 3. And then negative 3 for 7. Okay. Janice is saying 3. No problem. Okay, Milante, we're saying 3 for 6, 3 Jamie, 3 Brenda. I don't know why I want to call you Brianna. Weird. 3 Danny, and then negative 3 for number 7. 3 Jamie, negative 3. What is that? Ninja? 3. Summer, 3, and then negative 3 for 7. Excellent. Okay, negative 3 for number 7. Yes, there you go. There you go. 3 for 6. Excellent. All right. Nice. Okay, there's no negative signs. Exactly for 6. So they're both positive. So that means my answer is going to be positive. And then 9 divided by 3 is 3. Now for 7, both of my numbers are opposite. My 12 is positive, my 4 is negative. So 12 divided by negative 4 gives me a negative 3. There you go. Negative 3 for 7. Yes, Milante, negative 3. Good. Thank you for the follow. Natalia, negative 4. Negative 4, Natalia? For which one? Okay. Ninja, negative 3. I think it's a ninja. I don't know. It's all kinds of crack. All right. Good. Excellent. Okay, so make sure 12 divided by 4. There's 3 groups of 4 that will give us 12. There we go. All right. So let me see if I can find it, because I had this earlier and I'm not sure if I can reach it. Because I made some polls last night. Let me see. Sorry, gotta take it out of my clip here. I already did my stuff. All right. Something is happening to me. All right, I made some polls and I don't know where they are. I did all of that work for nothing. All right. Oh, wait, hold on. It'll be under interaction. Yeah, it's not working. I'm sorry. I don't even know what all this stuff is, but here we are. Supposedly, we're getting smiley faces. That means I guess everyone is doing pretty well. But that wasn't the poll that I was looking for. But anyway, you know me. Old head, just trying to figure it out. All right, so. Sorry. So if we take a look, let's see if we can do a little more advanced. Let's see if we can do number 21. So we'll go here, and we'll just go number 21. I'm gonna have to make myself like a little window or something. Or make my own worksheets. All right. Okay, you're not old. Well, when it comes to this stuff, Janice, I'm not decrepit. I'm not like 1 foot in the grave, but it's all kinds of crazy. All right. So, 4, I have some 12s. Multiply first because of PEMDAS. There we go, from left to right. Whatever happens from left to right. So I'm seeing a negative 12. I'm seeing positive 12. I'm seeing a negative 24, negative 12, negative 12. Fifi's got 12. Summer's got a 12. Janice a negative 12. Almost a doctor with a 12. All right, let's see. Brenda, we got a 12. Let's see. Okay, negative equals positive 12. There we go. Negative 24 divided by negative 2 is positive 12. Ooh, so let's take a trip. Let's see if we can take a trip. All right, I can take a trip right here. Now, PEMDAS, because we keep talking about it, so let's rule it out. So please excuse my dear Aunt Sally from left to right. Okay, so here we go. This gets everybody. All right. So we were getting like 2 answers. One was a negative 12. One was a positive 12. So inside the parentheses, we don't have anything to combine. They're just basically monomials. So we don't have any exponents. So we can get rid of the P, get rid of the E. Now we're dealing with the multiplying or dividing from left to right. So that means I am looking at 12 times negative 2 first. Okay, I'm looking at 12 times negative 2 first. So positive 12 times a negative 2, that will give me a negative 24. Now I have my division of the negative 2. So negative 24 divided by negative 2. The signs are exactly the same. So that means my answer is going to be positive. And 24 divided by 2, that gives me 12. So our answer should be a positive 12. All right, good Bree, good Fifi. All right, we got this. So we're taking it step by step, okay? Fifth grader. Yes, moving too fast. Me or Jen? Oh, yourself. Okay, good. Love math. I get it. So if both numbers are the same, they'll be negative or positive. So what do you mean? If I am multiplying and the signs, not just the numbers, but the signs are different, my answer is always going to be negative. But if I'm multiplying or dividing and the signs are the same, then my answer is going to be positive. Okay? You need a refresher? All right, good. You like factor trees? Hey, if that helps you, do it. Okay? That helps you, do it. All right. What grade level is this? This is a mixture. So this is like, this is really for like GED, ASVAB, or maybe even just a refresher of math. I mean, I hate to say, oh, it's certain grade level because certain kids will be like, oh, this is sixth grade. But if you haven't noticed, the curriculums are going a lot faster nowadays. So that's what we're doing. All right. I've been in school for over 10 years, and let's see, I got it. Yep, still got it, girl. Okay, about 5th or 6th grade. It's actually a little bit earlier now. They're pushing a lot of the math sooner, and I know our since our administrations are changing, especially the people that I used to know that used to work in the state are no longer there. They said they're going to be amping it up a lot sooner. So, yeah. Yep. Okay, math builds on itself. Yes, it does, Benz. Okay. Integration by parts, not my thing. Okay. I'm a college student, so if anything, you definitely need to follow my friend Robert. Okay, the AP math guy. Okay, college student and taking accounting QuickBooks. Woo! Have fun with that, Fifi. That is not me. I am doomed to fail. Let's try. Let's see. Let's try 19 because I can play around with 19 a little bit. So I'm going to just go like this. And I'm going to go like this. And I know you're probably like, oh, 19 is really easy. But there's something that some people have a tendency to do with number 19. So at least we can at least address that. All right, awesome. Thank you. And don't forget, if you guys want to help me save my house, I am only $340 away. Well, actually, someone just donated, so it's probably going to be less than that right now. But if I can get it down, I have less than 6 days. 6 days. Am I biting at the bits? Yes, I am. But I'm trying to use my ability to not only help myself, but also to help other people by keeping this channel going. You know, it's basically almost like free tutoring in a way. All right, so I have a mixture. I have -5s and I'm getting 29s. Getting some -5s. Okay, good. Okay, I got a -10. So you're learning calculus? There you go. Yeah, I'm not sure if Robert's still in here, but he does calculus. He does AB, BC. So if you guys need assistance, you can get him. All right. All right, so we got some -5s. We got some -3s. We got some -5s. Okay, Robert, you're still here? Okay, cool. Double check on the to see if anyone is this. Is this algebra? Yes. This is the foundations of algebra, of aviation. Yes. Simplify first. We can do that, Fishbone. Good. Okay. You want a screenshot? Okay. So if we take a gander, I need something to hold this paper down just a little bit. All right. So we can approach this one of two ways. All right. We can do this. Everything's algebra. I know. Yeah. Millie Billy saying -5. Aviation -5. Okay. Doc, you're saying -5. All right. So we can do this one of two ways. One way is we could multiply and then simplify, or we can simplify, then multiply. Let me show you both ways, and you choose which way works for you. All right, so if I'm going to do the multiply first, so that means we have 6 times 5. That gives me 30, so that'll be my numerator. And then we have -3 times 2. Negative times a positive will give me negative. 3 times 2 gives me 6. So 30 divided by -6, positive divided by a negative, that will give me a negative. And then 30 divided by 6 will give me 5. So we get our answer of -5. That's when you multiply and then we simplify by doing the division. The other way is we have our 6 times 5 and it's over -3 times 2. We could simplify. Yes, I see it going on there. We can simplify. So what I mean by simplify, we can actually be like do almost like a cross division. So I noticed that the 6 and the 2 can be divided by 2. So if I do 6 divided by 2, that will make this into a 3. And if I do 2 divided by 2, that will give me a 1. So now I don't have anything else except for right here. I could simplify this as well. 3 divided by -3 gives me a -1. So now what I have left is 5 over -1, which gives me simply -5. Okay? If you wanted to go ahead and make that -3 times 2 into a -6 and then cancel out the 6's, you could do that as well. Isn't that nice? Because math, you can get the same answer in different ways. Isn't it amazing, boss? It's amazing. You rather do the first one? Hey, and that's what I'm saying. Do what you like. Do what you prefer, okay? Do what you prefer, please. Because when it comes to the ASVAB and all these state assessments or any kind of standardized assessment, they just want to know, did you pick A, B, C, or D? Or E, depending on the situation. All right. Did you pick the right letter? Did you pick the right form? If you did, congratulations. Hallelujah. You're a doctor now. Right. But for some of us, I know when we're in class, we want to see your steps because we want to make sure that you are okay. And we can give you some kind of credit because if we can see where you made your error, then we should say, you know what, we can't just give you a 0 for the whole thing. You did a lot of this and you just screwed up at that one teeny tiny bit, right? Okay. Yeah, partial credit. There we go. All right. Teach the same. All right, perfect. Okay, actually, like learning too. Good. All right. I should use this type of stuff. I know. So what profession uses algebra? Almost every one of them. But see, my thing is a lot of people don't see it now because now it's being used in apps. Because before, I remember using a slide rule. Yeah, that's how old I am. All right, my friend does abacus. I never got an abacus because our school couldn't afford it. But she teaches math through the abacus. And I know some people have learned it through that as well. So, I mean, every job uses math. Hell, when I had to mobile tutor, everything structured. Yep. All right. So, as we go through this, Okay, let's go with a couple of the multiple choice questions at the bottom, and then we're gonna wrap this up. I know this is like a jam party. Everybody wants to kind of straight up and chill on here. You're like, oh, I don't want to go. But, I have to, because I have to get ready for my course. So I have my people that are trying to get their GED or ASVAB. So I'm actually running a course right now to help break concepts down. So that's what I'm doing. All right. And don't even think like, oh, you're not going to need this ever again. One of my former students had math problems on her application for her to be a receptionist at a nail salon. Stop. Okay, so let's get to this. All right. All right. Where are you going to start doing problems, please? Right now, babes. Here we go. Number 29. So the product of 2 and 8 is divided by -8. Which of the following expressions could be used to find the value of the statement? Okay. All right. So I'm seeing some A's. I'm seeing some C's. I'm seeing A and C. I'm seeing C's. I'm seeing C, 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 C. Okay. Got Mercedes, welcome in. First time aviation, C. Okay. Diego, C. Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A. Seeing C. Okay. Free, C. Okay. All right. Good. We got C. Almost a doctor. C. All right. Yes. So let's break it down, okay? Product. Product means multiplication. So the product of 2 and 8. So that means I am multiplying 2 and 8. Some of us may still see X's being represented for multiplication because a lot of the exams are older versions of exams. So some of them do not just use parentheses. You might actually see this, 2 times 8. Like this, okay? Drives me crazy, but here we are. Okay, is divided by. So both the 2 and the 8, okay? This is being divided by -8, okay? So since we have that division and we know what product means, it means a multiplication. So your answer is C. Good. Okay, all my C peoples, good, good. I know, and here's my thing, Fishbone, it's never going to go away. So we just have to learn how to take it piece by piece. So here's your strategy. If you get any naked math problems like this, you do your best out of it, you cut it down, like say you get it done in less than 30 seconds, maybe even 20 seconds. Remember, you got like basically 1:15 per question. All that extra time that you have can go into your word problems. Okay, that's why we do this. Okay, yes, you can do this for your TEAS, especially with your algebra piece. That's what's definitely going to be in there as well. And all right, this last one, number 30, this is it. Okay, which of the following is a true statement about the values of the expression 52 times -103 times -45 times -8 times 3? So we're saying the result is a fraction, the result is greater than 1, the result is a negative number, or the result is a positive number. Yep. Double check your answers. Good. Fifi's saying C. Fishbone is D is saying C. Free ASF is saying D. Is saying D. Twice. Okay, Janice, not sure. Thank you for your honesty, because I will be breaking it down. All right, anyone else? What do you think? Okay, Ben's, good. We got C. Is that the Slim Reaper? I'm trying to get that little cursive. I love the signage. That's awesome. So that'll be C. I'm sorry, the answer is C. Okay, not sure. Thank you for your honesty. It's C because the other numbers in N is positive. It's saying C. Okay, Free is saying D. Nay is saying D. All right, follow me. Thank you for the follow. All right, D. You're sticking with D. I see you, Free. I see you. Copies you, fam. Look at you copying. How you gonna cheat online? All right, so almost a doctor saying C. All right, so let's take a look. Let's think about this. We could go the whole please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, but here's my thing, babies. We are not, and I do repeat, are not going to sit here and start multiplying and multiplying. No. What they're asking is what's happening to the signage. Okay, so the first two, a positive times a negative, that gives me a negative. Bring down the other one, that means a negative times a negative, that gives me a positive. Now bring down the -8. So that means a positive times a negative, that gives me a negative. And then bring down the 3, which is positive, a negative times a positive, that means my answer is going to be negative. So my answer choice is going to be C. We didn't have to do any calculations. None whatsoever. Okay? So you know, okay. None whatsoever. Right? That's all we had to do. I know some of y'all crying. It's okay. Because you were really ready to bust out all these numbers. And I'm like, no, it's a timed assessment. So we always want to find, and I know being a math person to a degree, it kind of hurts my soul that I can't really finish problems, but that's not going to help you. Okay, you need to show them that, yes, I am deserving of a high school degree. I am deserving of being in the military and working this job. I don't want to be in the 20s and the basic is like, well, for Army, the basic is a 31. You don't want to have a 31. You want to be at least in the 50s, like the late 40s, early 50s, at least you have options. Because if not, you just always going to be the low B. That's the best way I can say it. Okay? No one wants to be the low B. Okay? You want to be able to do something. Get some extra cash. Be able to provide for yourself, for your family, and get whatever you need to get. Right? Okay? All right. Yes. So that's what you want to do. Just remind yourself. Okay? You're not being graded as an A, B, C, and D student. You are... Did you pass? Did you not pass? Okay, so let's just get with that. All right, everyone. Yes, can I do 30 again? Sure. All right, so if anything, we have started here. And remember, taking it, actually, let me use this paper, and then I'm going to swing around here. All right, so here, you have a positive times a negative. So that positive times a negative will always give you a negative because they're opposite signs. Then I bring down this -45. So a negative times a negative, that gives me a positive. Looks like a face. All right. Then we're going to bring down the -8. So that's a negative. A positive times a negative, that gives me a negative. Then we bring down the last number, which is a positive 3. So a negative times a positive gives me a negative answer. Okay. There wasn't really a clue word in this. It really kind of came down to what the answer choices were saying. Okay. Yes, I have to leave y'all. But I will be back tonight, 10 o'clock. All right. I'm not kidding. I really need to save my home. I am not sitting here just saying, oh, I'm bored. Let me see if I can just get some money off of people. No, people, I'm trying to save my house, okay? Been here for a minute, okay? Even if you all just give me $1, that would be $76 that I won't have to worry about. And then I'll definitely be in the 200s, all right? Okay? So either Cash App is Classroom Consultant, or Venmo, which is Audrey Codner. All right, that's my name, and you can also have my name in my profile. If you need any tutoring, if you're currently taking college courses and you're like, you know what, I like this lady, I need her for my tutor. If there is a group, I can do a group discount. That we can work something out, people. All right? My goodness, we can do this. No, you don't have to. I have to laugh too, right? So, no, Eastern. Sorry. They'll be Eastern. So 10 o'clock, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'll be on here. We're going to be doing some more basic math, but maybe just a little bit more algebra. Can you show me how to do it? What? I just, but I don't know how to. Okay. All right. Just message me and we'll take it from there. Okay. Just send me a message here on TikTok and I'll just take it from there. Okay. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for the likes. 30 plus 6. That's awesome. There's 79 of you guys in here. At one point, there was like 200 and some odd. So I am so grateful. So grateful for the time and attention. But I am here for you guys, all right? I want you to win. I really do. I really and truly do. So if you have any questions, if you want anything about tutoring, if you want to take any of my courses, please let me know, okay? And I got like workbooks and all that stuff, but right now, I really would like to have the dedication. So 6 days, we can get this done. All right, everyone, have a good night. I'll see you tonight at 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. All right, make sure you do the calculation. Take care. Bye now.